Today is day 1310 of the Arukh HaShulchan, and our learning should be exclusive for Chanukah Beis Yisrael, who are facing our enemies. So today we are doing Yeridea Siman Kuf Tzadik Ches Sif Ayin and Test to Pay Vav. Ayin Test. The question of Rabbeinu says Steve Lama Gibel. The Beis writes that Loti Bolt B'Makom Sheish B'Karki So Shum Tit shouldn't go to make a place where there's at the bottom any mud Shum Chatzitza because again on her legs would be a Chatzitza and Ketit and love Zmoros Chalitz unless she puts branches and similar Bohem. That's Bem the Dover Shem Rabatuma something without Rabatuma. And she could put the feet on top of that. In Tavla, she was Tavla Yeshmish also Tefillah. Some people say that the Tefillah doesn't work because of the mud. Akal Shoro. Because of Mefarshim, the Mefarshim might Shach specifically B'Zel Shon. Afagav El Sivi Uda Pasuk the Eno Chaytitza Tita Yevain. You only before Pasuk only that the coarse and thick mud. The Tita Yevain is Chatzitza Yeshmad Ochanami. Mine because she is Tita Bak. Come on, Tita Yevain. We'll tell you about here also Mikvah which has like this thick mud like Tita Yevain, which I think is a form of Tita Yevain is like a sort of quicksand, but it is a mud. Maybe now that's the line where they go to make a place where there's mud. Nevertheless, she has to lift her feet up at the time she's doing the Tvila. Pay. I guess he has a problem with the Ikar Perush. The Mayim Diva Rabbeinu says initially want to say that that's the case. The teeth this teeth is like the Tita Yevain, and it's thick. But the name brings the name Raiva because of the Yeshua. The Bechol teeth ain't it. No teeth is good. Is actually a mission close to Rak Tita Yevain Chotzitz. That what you said. Only this thick mud is Chotzitz is that. But Kalim, that's why vessels. But Adam, she's talking about but by a person where she has cracks, I'm not sure that's the right word. Separations between her toes. We're afraid with any mud that's going to get between the toes, and the water's not going to get in the iron shop. Zebem is that was Shabbos. Rashi also saying Shabbos and neither much custom about iron shop. As the man says, she's though das Rashi. Came bebate, she's though kabanos das Rebbe Poitskim. Most poskim must tell away. Because of Chushni be a Rashi by arriving. And here he said it should be consumative being the Rashi rival. That's what some say. If he said, but usually is over community, definitely should be given any type of mud. And that it seems to be the right way to pass it. Like B'diavad. So Pamacheres, but B'diavad, if she was only B'diavad, if she was not told another time. But saying Bala, and she was already with her husband, intimate. Yes, one of the other poskim who want to row poskim, she doesn't have to go to the should not go to the mikvah again. Pay aleph. It's not really directly related to chatzitza, but she's not told in a place where she's afraid people will see her. Ben Yisraelim, Ben Akum, whether Jews or not Jews. She bosha because she's embarrassed. Maheriously bosha, she goes quickly. But and she's not precise in her tefillah. Nevertheless, if the fact the order she said, even though there was a possibility of my being seen, I was meticulous in my tefillah. Also, tefillah works. Arukh HaShulchan is only concerned, which that would even be a susa, as he wrote in terms of fright. You see from these halachas that it's not necessary for there to be a mikvah attendant with you supervising your tefillah. It might be a nice thing to have, but it's not essential because here we believe the woman herself. Pay base, let the bubble come as cool. She's not to herself ramrod straight, and she will come with mistatin ba, and because the places that which then would become impervious to water, the literally hidden places. But a commercial shouldn't bend over a lot. Actually, because the zebazeh, she shouldn't. Bend over so much because to the point that I don't know how exactly this works. But I guess there's then the hidden places connect are clamped shut. El Shachem actually bends over a little bit. Actually, you base Siswe Erva. So to the point that the hidden places in the genitals. Nirim will be seen. Kedersha Nira is like she was seen b'shah she'arechas when she makes bread. You the then Nira, and evidently this is the issue. I don't know how exactly happens when she bends over, but anyway, under her breast should be seen connection as it's seen when she's nursing her child. And under the armpit should be seen connection like it's seen when she weaves and spins when standing up. When she lifts up her hands a little bit. She doesn't have to distance her thighs too much from each other. Not to extend her arms too far from the body. Just like she does at the time she's walking. This has somehow the same thing as the shear which we've explained. Didn't really explain it too well till now. V'achashir hazeh kol b'kimbo. If it said Ashir hazeh ain't kol b'kimbo, I understand it better because I don't think everybody's bucking the shear. It's brackets some issue of the ties, but according to that, we said it works out well. If she was, I guess women in the mikveh know how they table. Okay, so. Even though the males not familiar, and then the females are. The Imlashinsa, if she changed, she bent over very much, so very around much straight. Also, la tefillah. The tefillah does work. So somebody say tefillah does not work. And he goes, everybody says, Sif Lamed. It says it doesn't work. Those who complain against him. He much pass about some bits that which he passed himself. But Rosh Simon said he became the Simon the Bekichu over Damaka. That when she puts has makeup on or blood of a wound which is congealed, congested, congealed. But Makshachot said loyal Lavide Azu Shen Makav the Evan. Shouldn't the opinion doesn't design payment with the Evan. The female should put the Zeb is Atoli because these two things are contingent. The chatzitza of standing in a certain way and the chatzitza of the blood or of the makeup. The imzel rak the taras kosher be'arnu. If and then the Gemara says it's only issued by taros. I don't remember such a thing. But he said it's on Sif Lamed Aleph. He spoke about that. Sif Lamed Aleph by now is ancient history. Yeah, there's sometimes chatzitza where makbid on with the taras more, and perhaps this is one of the things also makbid with taras more. This is extractions. More than this we can ask. The Rambam is lenient by makeup and by blood from a wound. Because unfortunately, this is a bare basis. The rock the taros is only issue for taros. She can see derech kedilosa. The way things normally grow, she's that also for her husband. She can cause have somebody in Shona that you write around rice there and she has to tell the way she normally leads her life. Regas, a weaver, etc. You can koshkin the Rabbeinu Beis Yosef Shapasak Beil Hachmir. You're asking by these things to be machmir, which are not become a skufa or the shchia yetzemidai, which some hold only for taros. He paskins that they're also for the husband. So then, certainly he's going to paskin that things which are if the Rambam, who holds that the Chumas Kufa and shchia yetzemidai are only for taros. He's made by Kilchul. Sorry, he's made by Kilchul and that Maka. It's only for taros. and yet he requires that it be derech lilasa, which I guess also implies that not too much bent over, not too much ramrod straight. That applies to her husband. So certainly the Beis Yosef says that kichul damaka applies to her husband. So they say that the ramrod straight or bent over applies to her husband as well. Okay, so I'm not pagim. I'm not behemoth. Beis Yosef tzodkim. But he says this fact is right. V'yeshrayas rabbos. There are many proofs. Dean said the derech lilasa enamakei b'diavad that she should be the normal way she normally is. In terms of standing, is not the evidence is not a impediment. Whether it's her husband or for taros. That's we understand the way the Ram changed. How we understand Ram changed the Lashon of the Gemara. The Amra Ha'isha. We said a woman, Isha lot people. Well, that's a woman except the way she normally is. The way she's normally aligned. Okay. Fukas writes he needs etc. El Haros believe lead los lamadagam the ever cave. So since there's low people there, it indicates that that's preferable, but not the evid. The Raya Brewer says evidence this Mashkosa Rambam Sham Perkav Hakoves Yoda Baraglov. A person who who puts together his hands or his legs, he kind of draws himself up by the legs, and sits in a irrigation canal. If water penetrates all of it, tor, I can show you, tor, end quote. It's the prayer question is both. It's Tosefta. The 8th paragraph, Mikvos, Vashakav, Chomadvarim. So it's Kavarim, After the Kapos. Yesh kafus, yesh makom shemayim mikatsu derakulo. Even if it's he has his hands to wrap together, could be even with the rope that some used to secure him. The might feel kapus yesh makom shemayim mikatsu derakulo. The water can kafus. Because the derakulo, the water can get everywhere. Koshkim esichos skifa, certainly by bending and standing straight, get everywhere. The vad is there rak chatchila for the taros. The must be the chatchila even for taros. So you have to accept the married ish kamavur ben lashon. So it's say about a man, as it's clear from the language. Koshkein the Baal inamak is not an impediment for her husband. Okay, this is shkia or skifa, but the evidence it's okay for her husband. Pedavorai mashis bardima mai mortim agova. There's also evidence to that which it says in halacha that if the water is shallow. The tip over the shchiva, she should toivel lying down outside her group on the side. Zeu mi bahag. So the Baal does. When inside a tefillah chaygavna, yoiseger mashiach v'skifa. It's clear to us that toiveling sideways is worse than bending over too much or standing straight too much. So obviously, water clearly enters all the area of the body all the time. She should not bend over too much or stand straight too much. Maybe he'll tell you when she lies down, all her body extends in the water. Somebody has to compress. It's worse than bending over or standing ramrod straight. Another proof is those who asked what it concerns there by bending and being straight. When you know that anytime the water gets there, penetrates there first, it's okay. Like with the holding, peripheral holding, rinsing the hand. When she went to the water, the water went on all the entire body before she stood ramrod straight or bent over. But here's the answer. What they were afraid maybe your creases will connect before she goes into the water. But also when she's in water, the way they cling together. Because of their roach and tosh, we couldn't take on this. First, you go up to her neck of water. Then we're not concerned when she puts her head and she goes down a lot. This is very difficult. We should be concerned the creases are going to cling together before she gets in the mikvah. When she goes to mikvah, she's going straight, walking straight. Why should we be afraid she's going to bend over then? יש ידועץ לדרוש לעצר חשים שם ידבוקו לדרך כל כך שלא יהיה מים שכמותים מחוברים מהמקווה. Okay, the crease is going to bend over so much the water in the crease is not going to connect to the mikvah that's good as a kesef. Come said don't move on. This is also difficult. Plain really about it, Kehu. The name is King Chashash. The ever difference says it's clear as there is no Chashash. We have it on Chatchila 0%. Only Chatchila they want to get this. Zel Tamish Rabbeinu. But says still didn't say Kilo Miklu. That's what Rabbeinu said. Oh, this halacha is very light. It's only the Chatchila. Okay, says Sijitara has difficulty. What he writes is makes it smooth. Pei, Kamish is why she's terrible there, Glossa. So she has to have the way she stands. Normally, Chenkasar Besenu, Shetsichlo, Shebegova, Mayan, Shemikva, the high where Mikva Tagir, the Malami Tibura Zer should get at least a zeretz above her navel, her Chatziyama. The Shlosha Tvachim Mal Tibura, that's half an amal, 3 tvachim above her navel, Zel Chatchila, because then when she bends over, she's not exerting overly bending. Mishum Zelota, but even it's a Chatchila, but yeah, but she shouldn't impede her tefillah because of that. Because the way right, the Megandura Kivinisa V'Shapir Dami. She lies down like a fish, and that's good enough. The water is very shallow. She immediately show the boat. She can't ever standing up. She called goof low yetach samayim. Tight body will not be on the water. Tishkav altzida. She lie on her side, or gaba on her back, ukreso on her stomach. She called goof yetach samayim and over body be on the water. V'zel kibinisa. That's like a fish. Like a fish. I guess it's horizontal, as opposed to vertical. Vayis bar b'zeb is simin reishav. Pavav, answer liftach birkei she cuts with mine. She doesn't have to open her mouth the water gets in. Levach and the other, don't think about the spear. She not seal her mouth. It goes to midai very strenuously. Being confident that she did too much. Also, I feel Mishneh tell me the word milk field doesn't work for 2 reasons. Hachas the peva in the be a smite. Mouth has to be suitable for her to get in. By saying it's verily Shemokam Tibakas Vasayim, we've had this before. Basically, the lips connect together. Lo Yechazomai, the water is not going to penetrate there. Mokum Tibakas Vasayim, so be a smite mamish. In a place where the lips come together requires actual be a smite. There's no ain't a basis term, it's not going to be hidden place. Kate Tasa, how should she do? Tashik says Zubazu Dibu, she should connect her lips to each other with a mild clinging, average. Lopachos. So not open, not completely clinking. But just the same you have so the lips in the water from a pay a royal be a smile mouth is suitable for her to get in. She also shouldn't shut her eyes, screw up her eyes shut too much. There's no chatzitza below the eyes. She shouldn't open it so much. Shouldn't be chatzitza above the eyes with the eyelid folded back on itself. She should hold like normal people do, which is slightly closed but lightly. It's if she closed too much, or if she opened too much. Some people say it feels not effective. He didn't bring the other opinion. Like in Lamed Hey, where he talked about straight and bent. Here's Machim. So when it says, okay, this is logical. Which comes to the mikvah, eyes are above the water. If she opened and closed too much, the eyes don't reach the folds of the eyes at all. Or below the eyes too much. So say they write that just plain out, right out doesn't work when she hard closed her mouth strenuously. That's explicit Mishnah and the 8th paragraph of us. That could be that the mouth is more of a chumrah than the eyes. You can't connect the eyelids with the same strenuous and pressure like you do when you connect the lips. לכן כוס הזה בלשון יש, ונצר is לשון him, אומר דמידין, לא נראה לך בין זה כופת בסוף וסוף, seems halacha not to distinguish between this and the cleaning of the lips. Here the tefillah doesn't work as well, but it doesn't necessarily seem to be precisely of the same caliber, and therefore perhaps there could be a mokum to be lenient of some sort of tziruf of some sort, of which I would not be aware, and the Arukh HaShulchan is not providing us one offhand.